Rahmatullah Ali Murad. In our previous session, we talked about how to make a wire skeleton. We discussed, I showed you, and then I told you how to make wire skeleton for 4 legs animals and birds. And I told you that how stick the pieces of sponge to the wire skeleton and more than use. And then we cut the extras and to arrive a good shape of body. Okay, now for making dress. For making dress, you gotta know how to sew. But if you cannot sew, you can stick the pieces of fabric to the puppet. I'm going to show you like this, for example. This is sleeve. And you can cut the pieces of fabric and fit to the puppet by sticking, if you cannot sew. Good. If your puppet is an animal, you can use the artificial wool, artificial fur, like this, artificial, or something. You can find different kind of artificial wool in the market, like this and this for any animal. And this is, for example, this is very good for sheep. See, it's very good for sheep. Okay, and there is a different way for making animal. For example, if your animal is a lizard or a frog, you can use silicone. Silicone is glass glue, the glue for glass. Okay. This is silicone. In fact, is the glue for glass. Okay, we color it with colored powder. color powder. Any color that we want, we put a little to the silicone and mix it. And put on your animal. Never do this with latex, because latex goes inside the texture and destroy your puppet. But silicone stay on the surface and make a layer skin like the animal, like frog and lizard. Okay, and you can use felting. Felt. What is felt? Felt has a special needle. This is the needle for felting. Has a special needle. And some special material like this. There is different kind of color in the market. It covers all the part, even you have a joint, two pieces, when you put felting, it covers all the joint. Okay. This is the material for felting. There is different color. Okay, now we want to make IX and pupil. We put a little paste. This is the in fact is Play-Doh. Never become hard, this paste. And we put our IX on this. And it stay on its place and don't move. Okay. I told you about the double glue. There are two kinds of double glue. One of them is normal double glue, and another is transparent double glue. We use transparent double glue for making pupil with colored powder. Any color of pupil, we can have blue eye, green eye, or the honey color, or hazel eye. Okay, you put just one drop on the eye egg. You don't need to make a circle. It becomes round automatically. It becomes round. See? And it is shiny, and you think it's always wet. And with transparent double glue, we can make gold. This is gilt, a little gilt with transparent double glue. With this, you can make, for example, button. You can make button on the dress. You can make button. Golden button. And you can make gold work, gold-like. Yeah, I'm going to show you. This is a treasure chest. A treasure chest. You see the gold work on the chest. And if you put a black dot on the pupil, it becomes very nice. It's the pupil with two colors. We have to wait until it becomes hard. We talked about standing with a magnet, strong magnet on the foot, and it's stand on the seam. But there is different way for standing. One common way is standing by screw. You see the standing by screw. In this method, all your decoration underneath of all the seam must be empty, because you can have access to the screw. And anywhere that puppet goes, you have to put a hole. And when it comes, you open the rear leg and close the front leg. And with this way it walks. And another way for standing is holding puppet by a pole. A pole that keep the puppet. And we have a device here that control the movement. And no need to have a magnet or screw, and stand on scene with pole. That is good for the period that is in suspension. What is different between walking and running? In running, we have a short period that puppet is in suspension. This is ground, and our puppet is running. In this tree position, the foot touch the ground. Here touch the ground, here touch the ground, here touch the ground. But then it goes up and it goes to the suspension position. This is suspension position. Any of the foot doesn't touch the ground, is in the air. These two position is in the position of suspension, and then it comes down and again touch the ground. Okay, for this pole is very good because we have a device and we push it up for going to the suspension position. And after shooting, we erase the pole. Look at this picture. The puppet is running and is in suspension position by pole. After shooting, we erase the pole. in old method that we use negative for making animation, for suspension position, we use invisible cords for keeping the puppet on suspension position. And that was very difficult. The adjustment was very difficult. But now with digital technology is very easy, much easier. Okay. With for birds, before that we have the digital technology. We use these invisible cords for anything that is hanging, is swinging in the air. We use visible cord. But with digital technology, we can hang it to a pole, and it is much easier for the bird, for anything that is in the air. And after shooting, we erase the pole. Okay, now I want to tell you something about the heads. When you make a puppet film, your puppet must have different heads, because sometimes the puppet is happy, sometimes is angry, sometimes is sad, sometimes laughing, and you change the head. For example, this is a happy head, and then you change when he's sad, you put the head that is sad or angry, sad, and this one is laughing. Then you have different head for the story. In the story, the different position, different situation, that you can use a head that is suitable for that scene. Okay, and I want to tell you something about lip sync and dialogues. This head has a small magnet here, and the different position of the mouth has a piece of iron here, and we can put here for having all dialects. For example, this is s, s, or sh, s, or j, j, and this is ah, ah. And this is silence, or B, silence. This is O. Okay. Good. scale. The scale is 1/10. Many things can stand in another thing. For example, watt stand for what? Watt instead of what? For example, cotton. Cotton instead of cloud. See? Instead of cloud, you can use cotton instead of cloud. And a toothbrush. This is a toothbrush. If I cut the handle, now this is a brush for shoe shine. A brush for shoe shine. Or a watch wrist for belt. See? For belt. And hazel for instrument, hazelnut. And the branches of a broom, for wheat farm or rice farm, like this. This is a rice farm. It's made by branches of a broom. And walnut instead of brain, walnut instead of brain. And salt instead of snow. You see in this picture, is it a pack of snow, but it's all salt. And sock for jacket. This is an old sock. I'm going to make it a jacket with this. But you have to cover this part, and this is a jacket. Okay, now we want to make some animation.
خب یه توضیحی هم بده که برای اونها یه توضیحی هم بده.
This is something that want to run after these three, for example, three fishes. This is for example, this is a shark and goes. Each movement 2 frames. If you want to do it faster, you shoot 1 frame. Can we see? 24 frame. Yes. Okay. Now I want to animate for a walking. Okay.
که بابا توضیح هم بدی که چی میاد جلو و اینا.
With wire skeleton we cannot do it very good, but we did metal skeleton like this, we can do animation very good. Okay. Okay, I hope that you can make a puppet, beautiful puppets. And when you make a puppet, it's not just only for animation film. You can make puppet for hobby, you can make puppet for exhibition, you can make puppet for advertising, and even you can make puppet for making a story for illustration of the book. Okay. Good luck. Goodbye.